What up, what up, what up? Happy full moon. We got the sun in Sagittarius, moon in Taurus. So, with the moon in Taurus, the moon is exalted because the moon loves to be in Taurus because Taurus is about things that are desirable, nurturing, tending to the nest, being at home, being within its own fixation of its resources and values. So with Jupiter and Uranus in retrograde, we are re-experiencing and re-fixating our structure systems that we have now and how we got to that starting point and the intentions and insecurities that we were being in within that space that encouraged us to go for our uniqueness and originality and to revolt against the former systems that we had based upon our environment, depending upon how comfortable or uncomfortable we were, or if we were having guests over, how great of a host or energies that we were there. So with the moon here conjoining these, our emotions are flaky, energy and motion, and you have the lighter layer, which is feelings, that fizzle out. So when the moon is exalted here, especially on this full moon spaces, the energy is going to be highly charged to go for your security systems, or your belief systems and how sturdy that is on the past. And where you think that's the right thing to do because the moon is being fulfilled, right, and you're beginning to release these security systems, you can run into that misunderstanding between the more comfortable Venus in Libra, Venus in its home sign, in the yin version of its home sign, externalizing or internalizing people, places, and things and value systems that we balance and bring enjoyment to based off of the connection alone and bringing balance and having that network of people and places and things that you can relate to in a more safe environment where you can initiate your thoughts or your communications, or you could put yourself into the middle of something, or Libra just put yourself in the middle by default by being indecisive. Rest that misunderstanding, where you want to see something first take place. Shout out to who Eli, and then versus Venus, right? And now we have this other opposing energy, this missing the point of view that you're trying to get to with Sun in Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius, and Mars now entering Sagittarius. Mercury is debilitated here. So where our mind is on the bigger picture, where my mind was on the bigger picture, me trying to do one homework assignment, to complete all the other assignments, took away from majority of my day, which led to, trying to climb out of a cage that I created for myself by being lost within something of a past scenario with Jupiter, the depositor of Sagittarius. So where you're in that arena, in that area, you can feel the vibes of the hunter, or getting lost into the forest, into the field of your externalized imaginations, right? So you create this first by sextiling, taking the opportunities. This might not be the right or wrong time, depending on how you see it, to take the opportunity to use your exalted emotions and being at home and comforting your emotional balance with the moon, right? Related to another water element, Neptune and Pisces. So that opportunity being setting the stage or building or going for our security systems, our past security systems, and adding a bit of that water, that collective universal love. Being at home is being at home in its own space. It's not really going out and bothering everybody. It's being in its own bubble, but that bubble is gonna burst with that that sextile, and then this fire trine of Chiron and the North Node in Aries sitting here, escaping, or like my last video, hint is create your own micro cage to fall into, to climb out of, so that you can see the spark of your spiritual systems and think that you can generate a spark from a mistake to get out of, to set everybody else on their spiritual path, because you see everybody else in their spiritual religious bag right now and things of that nature, and participating in these things. But it's the fall season, the fall off season, so you're falling back from these certain characteristics, while it seems like everyone is going out and enjoying themselves, indulging more into the desires with the moon and Taurus, emotionally connecting to, preparing, making plans, stabilizing for the future. You still have these retrograde energies that still have people on the fence and on the fence, and everybody trying to spew out their religious points and views and act out these things just because it's for the collective or for something revolving around family and nurturing and exalting these things, and these are actions doing these things. So with the sun in Sagittarius, we are, like I said, we are reacting, responding to our security, stability, foundation, and growth and maturity in making it make sense with our actions. We're going to be talking about spiritual systems. We're going to be talking about how we are participating in a structuredized way, Taurus, in holidays, festivities, cultures, traditions, and things of that nature. And Taurus is still like with Uranus, so we're still revolting against these things, but it's a slow revolution. It's a slow expansion. So it's not going to be overnight. It's going to be slow. It's going to be grudging, but at the same time, you're going to be able to pack these things up with you and carry them with you, and make sure with Lilith and Virgo, whether you're embarrassed about certain details that you didn't unpack or you did pack and carry it with you still to this point, because the retrograde is still there. It's still opportunities for you to learn, grow, and expand and experience these things. And Venus is still in the South Node, so rather you reside with this exalted full Taurus energy, you're still going to end up releasing some of these things, because it's going to it's showing you like what you were bringing balance to as far as relationships, how you were comfortable in the past. So you still got Venus basically playing out a past karmic, past life, old way, old outdated way, something that you're very familiar with and comfortable with, which can be a superpower, but it can push you to get out of that superpower with this misalignment, setting you back on that track, going towards your spiritual path with fire, with that fervent spark, with that fervent initiation, and having the vision and the picture and the expression, that picture with the super stellium coming out of the super secretive, dark and heavy emotions of things that we need to transform via our relationship. We do very much have a relationship era right now with the mutable and the fixed signs that are dealing with home and family. So that's going to involve a transformation at some point when, you know, Mars ingressing into Sagittarius. You're being passionate about your spirituality, and you're being very passionate with competing with other spiritual systems to grow, competing with yourself to grow where you were in the past. You know what I'm saying? So that's how this is playing out post moon in Taurus. Now it's only been out here for a little bit, so it's still gonna have the backing constellations of Pleiades and, you know what I'm saying, Aldebaran. We didn't pass through all that energy right then and there. So this is how we react and respond. And Mercury is still thinking of the bigger picture. So where your emotions are exalted and you're excited about nurturing home, trying to communicate that, you might feel guilty by seeing the bigger picture. So you're still pushing yourself further into that Taurus exaltation with your emotions, but still retrograde. So still things from the past that might misalign with what it is today. Whereas the Mercury, although it's debilitated, you know what I'm saying, it can still, you know, it's filtering the picture, but the picture's still there. You still got all this other elemental pie areas that you can cut out and use for the greater mission, right? And that's what's going to lead us into the moon in Gemini to relate or release the full moon, release past trickery or structure systems, not even structure systems, but communicating rationally about structure systems, relating ideas out of make-believe land. I'm going to get in that in the next video. But thank you. Peace.